A Pakistan angle has now emerged in the probe against the Ladakh statehood activist Sonam Wangchuk. This a day after the 59-year-old was arrested for allegedly instigating a mob that led to the violent clashes and also the death of 4 protesters in Ladakh last Wednesday. Now, addressing a press conference, Ladakh's DGP, Dr. SD Singh Jamwal, said that the investigators were probing a possible Pakistan link, pointing to Wangchuk's visit to Pakistan, where he apparently attended an event that was organized by a Pakistani media house called WION. Now, the Ladakh DGP has stated that a Pakistan intelligence operative reporting on him was also arrested in the recent past.
Sonam Wangchuk has a history of instigation. He has referred to Nepal and Bangladesh in his speeches. Earlier, we arrested a person supplying information to Pakistan, and Wangchuk's attendance at an event organized by WION is also under inquiry.
An investigation is also underway for Wangchuk's alleged foreign funding and the FCRA violation. However, allegations against Wangchuk aren't new per se. He's been accused of having a history of instigating for his mentions of Nepal agitation, the Gen Z, which got very angry with the Nepalese government, and of also invoking what happened in Bangladesh against Sheikh Hasina, and for invoking what happened during the Arab Spring in the last decade as part of his speeches. In an official statement, the Union Territory of Ladakh has now backed Sonam Wangchuk's detention under the National Security Act. It is said that Wangchuk was, and I quote, indulging in activities that were prejudicial to state's security, and keeping him in Leh was, quote-unquote, not advisable. Now, this comes as curfew remains in effect for the 4th straight day in Leh. However, the police has relaxed the curfew hours in certain areas, including in Leh. Meanwhile, prohibition continues to be imposed following the violence that broke out on the 24th of September. Now, speaking on the scale of violence, the DGP has said that a group of at least about 5,000 people marched and damaged government buildings and also party offices in clashes where CRPF jawans were apparently also beaten up during the unrest in the region. Now, climate activist Sonam Wangchuk has been leading a protest for full statehood of Ladakh and also for the recognition of the Union Territory. And his arrest came 2 days after the 6th scheduled inclusion for the Union Territory turned violent in Leh. Now, Wangchuk has been accused of making provocative speeches in the lead up to the protests and hijacking the platforms, adding that the activist had earlier tried to derail the talks with the centre. So security remains the top focus. A high-level meeting was held in Ladakh, stressing vigilance and coordination, and WION's senior special correspondent Idris Lone has sent us this report.
Curfew remains intact on the 4th consecutive day in Leh. Meanwhile, the Leh police has now announced a phased relaxation in the curfew in several areas, including the main city in Leh. This decision was taken after the Lieutenant Governor of Ladakh, Kavindra Gupta, held a high-level security review meeting, and later on the DGP of the Leh police announced the phased relaxation in the curfew. There have been no incidents of violence or protest across Ladakh region, whether it's Leh or Kargil. It's been peaceful from the last 24 hours, and that's why the decision has now been taken by the authorities. Meanwhile, Sonam Wangchuk, who was arrested from Leh, has been shifted to Jodhpur jail. And we're seeing from Jammu and Kashmir as well as other parts of the country that people have taken to social media asking for his release. With video journalist Feroz, Idris Lone for WION World is One.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.